Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me as always. My name is Jim, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new T45R LEP light from Trustfire. Now, I've had a chance to show you only a couple of LEP lights over the past year and a half here on my channel, because it's something that I had just recently gotten into. And they're wild, man. They're insane. We're talking about over a mile of throw from a handheld light. That's impressive. But what else is impressive is my dedication to being utterly ridiculous. A friend of mine reached out to me recently and he says, you know what? He goes, you spend all this time writing all of these songs, all of these little jingles for the various reviews that you do. I would love to see you do something on the sillier side in the review portion. And what we came up with and agreed to was that I would write myself a script. So I'm going to be reading off a piece of paper for a change, in the format of Dr. Seuss. And then when that silliness has run its course, I'll get into the serious review and give you the information you need to know and my personal opinions, plus, of course, taking it outside and seeing how utterly ridiculous this laser-excited phosphor light really is. Oh, the beam you will throw. Oh, the light you will see. With the Trustfire T45R, as bright as can be. Not the sun, not the moon, not a star in the sky, but a focused white laser that reaches so high. It goes 650 lumens, not more, not less. But that beam that it throws, oh my, what a yes. It stretches and stretches a mile and then some. 1695 meters, oh boy, here it comes. It has modes on the neck and a switch on the tail. If you need it for hunting, it will never fail. A moonlight so gentle for hours on end, or SOS blinking in case you need friends. It's waterproof, drop-proof, aluminum made, with a bezel made of steel and a knurl that won't fade. It's sturdy, it's tough, it's built for the field. With springs in its belly, its strength is revealed. Now, what is this magic, this LEP light? It's a laser that tickles a phosphor just right. It's not quite an LED, it's not quite a star, but it throws you a beam that can travel just as far. So if you need distance, precision, and might, the T45R is your Seuss chosen light. Not bulky, not tricky, not clumsy or dumb. It's a long-throwing wizard, a flashlight with zum. I'd like to give myself a hand. Thank you very much. Now, let's get into unboxing this and getting into the nitty-gritty. This is a tactical grade light. This is their idea of a tactical light. So you're going to have a very severely crenellated bezel. You're going to have your tactical switch here on the tail. And then you're also going to have a mode switch on the body as well. So once this is on, you can select different modes, from the very gentle moonlight all the way up. You're going to have a couple different ways that you can charge it. This 21700, you can either plug your charger directly into the body, or you can take the battery out from the tail and charge it in your favorite charger. Actually, I need to double check because I haven't pulled this out. I don't know if this is one of the ones that has the USB connector on the battery itself. No, this just drops into one of your charging bays. So what is an LEP? Oh, we're definitely going to be discussing that in just a couple of minutes. Let's go ahead and see what else comes in the packaging here. You're going to get your user manual. This was the protective film over the main lens. This is a little microfiber cleaning cloth. That's odd. Okay. This was the hang tag that was on the pocket clip, letting you know that there was the battery protector on there, which was this, preventing contact. And in here should be your charging cable and all the other good stuff that goes with it, and probably a lanyard too. Okay, so we have extra gaskets, super important. You're also going to have a little jump ring so that you can put a lanyard on here if you would like. Oh no, it's a microfiber cloth carry case. That's actually kind of nice. Very, 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 very soft. Okay. Now we have a tack switch. So if you want to put this on your rifle, you've got a pressure switch here, and this replaces the standard tail cap. I'll tell you right now, that's utterly useless. Utterly useless. You are not taking a shot that far at night that you would need an LEP flashlight. And then here, of course, is going to be your lanyard. So you got quite a few nice little accessories going on here. Put this all off to the side. It's just downright comical to think of having an LEP light on a rifle. All right, and there is your charging cable, which should be USB to USB-C. And all the other goodies. This is purpose-built for extreme long-range illumination and nothing else. This is not your walk-around flashlight. This is not going to give you any real close-up capabilities because it's going to give you a focused beam about this big, and it's going to throw it over a mile away. To be precise, 1,695 meters. Your maximum output is 650 lumens on a single 21700 lithium-ion USB-C rechargeable battery. Once you click the tail switch on, your modes are dictated by this switch here. Moonlight, 15 lumens. Your mid-range is 120 lumens, which, by the way, that 120 lumens will throw 719 meters. And then you've got your high, which is 650 lumens, which will throw for 1,695 meters. Now, they're claiming a runtime of up to 11 and a half hours if you have it in moonlight mode, which at 15 lumens, that's a pretty bright moonlight. You're not going to be sitting here reading at night with that because it's going to be too intense and bright. But it would be good, I don't know, you're on a plane that crashed and you're out in the middle of the forest. 15 lumens is going to be a good amount of light, believe it or not. When you're in pitch black total darkness, 15 lumens is quite a lot. Now, you do have an LED display here that lets you know. Oops. Really can't see it very well. There we go. Now, it lets you know if your light is on or if it's off. And it's also going to give you your battery indication as well. Or low voltage warning, I believe, is the verbiage that they use on their website. You get intelligent temperature control to prevent it from overheating. It will step down. Honestly, is that even a feature anymore? No, that's on every light. You could buy a $10 flashlight off of eBay, and it's probably going to have overheat protection built into it. You've got a memory function on here, so if you're the kind of person that doesn't like a memory, you're not going to be a fan of this. I don't know of a way to program it out. All I know is that every time you turn it on, it's going to be on the exact same mode that you had it on before. Now for me, I like that. I love a memory. I'm also becoming more and more attracted to lights that are more simple in their UI. We've got a lot of great choices out there, don't we? We've got flashlights that are this tiny that have 15 different modes built in and all kinds of blinkies and things like that and battery indicators and all these crazy things going on and multiple use modes. UV lights on the side, RGB lights on the side, lasers, and all kinds of neat stuff. But every now and then, I want a light that all I've got to do is pick up, click one button, and I am done. I don't have to memorize how many clicks or half clicks to get into any certain modes. I just turn it on and turn it off. And if I want to go low and high, it just doesn't get more simple than that. I love that. I also just received a Sofern the other day, the SK30, which I'm going to bring outside with this to show you a normal LED light versus an LEP light. And that one too, there's only two buttons and they're both on the tail. One is a big button like this and one is a little button. The little button's for strobe, the big button is to turn off and on. And then you half press to get through the modes. Like, I love simplicity. I just backed a Kickstarter campaign for a light that's coming out soon that just has one, it's a flat-bodied light, which I love, and it's got one little button. That's it, one pusher, nothing else. It's clean, it's sleek, and it's really easy to use, or at least it appears to be. This is made of 6061 T6 aircraft grade aluminum. I would have rather have been 7075, of course, but it does have the hard anodized finish, so it's going to be pretty tough for your everyday use. I don't see it being a problem. IPX8 waterproofing and a 1 meter drop test rating. Now, this bezel here, they claim is stainless steel. I have a problem with that. First, I want to check it with a magnet. No, it is not stainless steel. No, it definitely is not stainless steel. You cannot anodize stainless steel. You can't take stainless steel and anodize it blue. Can't be done. Carbon steel, you can blue. You're niter bluing it, you're using a lot of heat. That's a different process entirely. So that is not steel, no matter what they want to tell you. It could be aluminum, could be titanium. I doubt it's titanium. They would definitely call that out for the expense. But that is non-magnetic, so it's not stainless steel. The length, it's big. They list it as 180 millimeters with a 40 millimeter diameter at the head. Body is a 26 millimeter diameter, weighs 162 grams body only. With the battery installed, it's 234.3 grams. Now, this is listed as a laser product class 2B / class 3B, indicating powerful focus beam requiring safe handling. Why? You're like, it's just a flashlight. There's no laser in it yet. It's an LEP, not an LED, laser excited phosphor. I've explained the process before, and if I can find the little diagram that I used last year to do that, I'll pop it up on the screen. and it shows you the biggest difference and how the emitter is actually used. Or I should say the laser diode in combination with the phosphor material. What you get with an LEP is exceptional throw. It generates a narrow, very, very intense beam that travels much further than the equivalent lumen LEDs. So if you had a 650 lumen LED, and you could have the most amazing setup inside the head, and you would not get anywhere near the throw this is going to do. And the thing is, they don't need a lot of lumens to do what they're doing. I've shown you lights that are 2,500, 3,500, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000 lumens that cannot do the distance that this does. But they do other things in more impressive ways up close. In practice, LEP enables a compact, efficient light source, ideal for spotting distant targets, for search and rescue, hunting, I guess, and signaling without the bulk or excessive brightness of really high output multiple LEDs. Honestly, this thing's really well made. It feels good. I can rotate the pocket clip in any orientation that I choose. I honestly don't think I'm going to be carrying this in the pocket. This is one of those things where if I know that I need a light that's going to throw like this, it's going to be in the truck with me when I go out, or it's going to be in some sort of backpack, fanny pack, whatever bags are being used for that outing, for that trip. I don't think it's going to get carried in the pocket. It's just so damn big. You've got a very easy button layout, super easy UI, robust construction, and long run times in the moonlight mode. And that makes this a useful tool. Now, normally I would ding this light severely for not having either an electronic or a mechanical lockout. Because one of the biggest pains in the butt with high performance lights is you've got this thing in your pocket, it somehow turns on. And it starts burning and burning and burning. Well, an LEP, well, of course, yes, it does generate heat. It doesn't generate as much heat. And it builds much more slowly. And again, this is only 650 lumens. And also the fact, what I just said before, that I'll probably never carry it in the pocket, also means I don't really care if it doesn't have the lockout. It would just be a nice feature if they did. Now, I think we need to get this outside, do a quick head-to-head comparison with a standard normal LED flashlight. And that's not even standard and normal. That's still going to be like 3,000 lumens with a good amount of throw. I think that one's just under 400 meters of throw. That's insane.
Please like and subscribe.
And let's see which one is your favorite. Now, for those of us that are practical minded, you're probably going to hate this. This is for showing off. This is for having something wild and crazy and cool, and just to be able to say what it can do. Well, I can shine my light over a mile away. It doesn't matter that my eyes can't see what's being illuminated a mile away, but it can do it. It's like having a car that'll go over 200 miles an hour. That's great that it can do it. You're never going to go over 200 miles an hour. But it is nice to be able to say that you can do it. And that's what this is. So this is your ZR1 when you only really needed a Z06 or even just a Z51 plain Jane. It's cool to say you've got it, But it's going to be frustrating if this is the only lamp that you leave the house with. Because you're only going to see a spot this big in front of you, and there's a little bit of spill. That's it. So it's one of those times where you're going to have more than one light. You're going to have your floody light, and you're going to have your beam, your spotlight beam. Let's get outside and see what the differences really are in real life. Okay, now, as mentioned, an LEP light is not going to do you a lot of good up close and lighting your path when you're walking somewhere. Because what you've got is a very concentrated hot spot and only a little bit of spill. But here's the craziness that comes out of it. I mean, wow. Let me show you what this looks like with a normal flashlight. Here is a 3000 lumen Sofern, which is a fantastic light. And it gives you a lot of good all-around performance, because you'll notice you've got a really nice hot spot there with a lot of spill. So I am lighting up the entire width of my driveway, and I don't even have to scan back and forth. I can just walk, and that's it. None of this stuff, it just lights up everything. But the throw is not quite as impressive. It's still somewhat impressive. I think it's pretty cool. Now let's put it to the real test. We're gonna go for a little walkie walk. See, this is fantastic for walking. The path in front of me is lit up wonderfully, and anything that may be even somewhat of an immediate danger is lit up well in the distance there. But let's keep on going. Now, I think I can see a pretty decent distance here. Let's bring you back all the way. Now let's see what the real difference is. Yikes. LEP versus LED. And LEP is always going to win for distance. It is devastatingly bright at that distance. You've got a searchlight up in the sky. And this is why LEP lights will always be cool. Will it be the most practical thing you're ever going to own? Nope, absolutely not. But it sure does really cool stuff. and it's a fun toy to show off. But for practicality, I'm sorry, I gotta switch it back out. I need something that actually lets me see everywhere that I'm walking and what I'm approaching. Because as I've said before in other LEP reviews, as impressive as it is to light up something that's over a mile away, my eyes can't see what I'm lighting up anyway, so what the hell does it matter? So while the Trustfire is absolutely cool and the LEP technology is fantastic, it's just not something that I really need. And here, standard 3000 lumen tactical light is going to get me most of the way for what I need. And if I've really got to punch out that far, I need to get better eyes. The light will do it, but my eyes sure as hell can't. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for joining me as always, and I'll see you on the next video.